Hi everyone, it's CouraJess and I am back with a pick a card reading. First time on the screen. If you don't know me, hi, I'm CouraJess. So we are doing a pick a card reading for the week of November 11th through 17th. And before we get into the reading, I'd like to please remind you to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that like button, share my channel with your friends. I am trying to grow my channel and I will be doing a free reading giveaway once I reach my first 100 subscribers. And every 100 subscribers after that, I will do a free reading giveaway just so that we can grow this channel. So for today, we have the honey calcite, we have the tourmaline quartz, we have the moonstone, and we have the diamond. As always, the timestamps will be in the description box below. So take a few breaths and meditate on which pile is calling out to you the most. And we're gonna get started with the honey calcite. All right, group one, so you chose the honey calcite. This is for anyone with a job to do, the brilliant but lazy, any Taurus. When to use it: when the barriers to abundance feel too big to power through, when it's time to stop waiting your turn and stop waiting until tomorrow. Picture yourself triumphant on the other side of whatever stands in your way and call on the honey calcite to kick in the door. The message for you is to break through your limits. So we have the Six of Swords. We have the High Priestess in reverse. The Eight of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups again, the Five of Knives, and the Chariot. Okay, group one. So what I see here is that you are flanked by the Six of Swords and the Chariot. So you have an imminent move to make, and that move is it has clear skies. You have the go ahead and and get moving. With this Six of Swords, it could be that you are relocating, you're thinking of moving. It could be that you just have some money moves to make, right? But with this Six of Swords and this Eight of Cups, you have the path that's clear, and then we have the Chariot here. So these are all symbolizing a move forward, and because they're all upright, that means that you have the clear path to do so. So it could be that you've been thinking about moving. You might be relocating. You might be just thinking about a project that you want to move forward, and these cards are telling you that you should do that. We have two Four of Cups here. So with these two Four of Cups, it could be that you're moving on from something and you're just over it. You just want, this could be something that was emotionally not there for you. You could have been bored with it. If this is a new job, right? If you're moving to a new job, maybe even moving to a new city, it's just you're relocating your state of mind, your frame of mind, because this chapter of your life is closed. It's time to move on, and you've been thinking about it, and this week you're getting on. You're leaving the past behind. You're leaving whatever that situation is behind, and you're moving forward. And this could be some situation that had you kind of feeling down. It could have had you feeling stuck. We have the Five of Knives here. So with the Five of Knives, it could have been some situation where it was just mentally exhausting for you. And it, like I said, it could be a cup. It could be a, you're moving from a new job, but it could just be that you're just moving on to a new location, a new home. Maybe that home wasn't serving you. Maybe the energy wasn't flowing through that house. We do have the High Priestess in reverse. So this is a situation that wasn't fulfilling you spiritually, and that's what you're moving on from. And with these Five of Knives here, it's just something that had you mentally down. With this the High Priestess in reverse, it's something that had you just down spiritually. So it wasn't fulfilling you. It wasn't fulfilling you mentally. It wasn't fulfilling you emotionally. It wasn't fulfilling you spiritually. And you've been thinking about moving forward. And this is the time to do it, because we have, like I said, with all of these, with these three cards, with the Six of Swords, the Chariot, and the Eight of Cups, this is something that is beneficial for you. This is something that is going to move you forward. And like I said, you know, the knives, it's going to move you forward mentally, and with the cups, it's going to move you forward emotionally. So everything that's not being fulfilled, everything that's not being satiated, everything that you're just over, you know, I'm just over it, you're moving ahead from that this week. So that is a good thing for you. And that, you know, just to tie it back to the honey cow side, this is something that, you know, it's going to benefit you, because you're going to be in the state of mind to do what you need to do, right? If you anyone with a job to do, brilliant but lazy, and we all know that your home, your physical environment is something that really affects the quality of work that you do, the quality of energy that you put out. Because if you're not dwelling in a place where your energy is circulating, where it's positive vibes, where there's enough light, right? Especially now that we're in the autumn season, our vitamin D levels are getting low. So if you don't have enough light in your apartment or in your house, you're not going to be very productive. So this is definitely something that is going to be beneficial for you, because it's going to make you more productive, and you have the go ahead from the universe to do it. So let's see what the oracle cards say. Thriving, abundance, leadership, and illumination, wisdom. So these cards are aligning with the same energy that your cards are saying. With this emperor, this high priestess in reverse, that was you're not, you know, you're spiritually not in the mental state where you should be. You're not in the spiritual state where you should be. And this move that's coming is definitely going to lead to a change in that, right? This illumination and this wisdom card, that's turning this high priestess upside up, right? You're going to be able to have the creative flow, to be able to have the spiritual flow, the wellness, the healing, to make the best decisions for you. And that's going to lead to abundance, right? When you're making the best decisions for you, when you're in the right mental space and you're in the right capacity to make the wisest decisions and to have these energy flow, this is going to lead to abundance and for you to thrive. So this move that you're going to make, whether it be a physical move or whether it be a move in terms of moving forward in the next step of your life, it's definitely going to lead to, my dog is here, what are you doing, Maddie? It's definitely going to lead to, down girl, down, vaya, down, vaya. It's definitely going to lead to you thriving and having the mental capacity for you to cultivate and manifest abundance. And of course, this leadership card, this is you, right? Just by you taking control of your situation and by you making that move, right? You're taking leadership. You're making that decision. You're making the hard decision, because this may not be an easy decision, right? Especially if it's one that is in the emotional capacity with these Four of Cups, right? We have two Four of Cups. So this is something that is an emotional decision for you to make. And that's you taking leadership, you taking accountability, you taking responsibility for your own well-being and for the moves that you make. This is not something that somebody is going to make for you, because you have to make it on your own. And by you making this move, you're thinking about it, and the cards are saying go ahead and do it. You've been thinking about it with this Five of Knives, and it's making you lose a little bit of sleep, right? But you have you have to make this move. It's the best move for you to make. Group one. So let me see what the cosmic reading cards, celebration and balance. So that's exactly what you need to do. This move is going to balance you off emotionally, spiritually, mentally. It's going to give you that energy that you're not getting right now, because you are stuck thinking about this decision, this move that you want to make, right? And this is something that's going to bring balance to your life, to all areas of your life. And what better cause for celebration than balancing out your energies and balancing out your life? Am I right? So definitely consider that move. It is, the cards do say that move is a beneficial move for you, and there's not going to be any obstacles to you moving. That the only obstacle would be you. So the move is you have the clear go ahead. So I definitely think you should go ahead and make that move, group one. So that's your reading for this week. Please let me know in the comments if it resonates with you, and give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't, again, please subscribe to my channel. This is CouraJess. Peace. All right, group two, you chose the tourmaline quartz. This is for anyone in need of a spiritual scrub. When to use it: when it's time to shed a light on the vices, victims, and vampires in your life. Once you have a clear view of their whereabouts, it's that much easier to kick them back into the gutter where they belong. The message for you is to restore your perfect light. Let's see what we have for you today. Group two, we have the World in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Knives, the King of Cups in reverse, Justice in reverse, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. All right, group two. So we have a lot of cards in reverse here, and I'm definitely seeing like what the black tourmaline quartz says, right? That you need to kind of have some kind of spiritual scrub, where you have to shed light on the vices, victims, and vampires in your life. So we have the World card in reverse. So that's kind of this inability to move on. We have this energy of being stuck, right? And it could be that the reason you're stuck is because of your contribution to your situation, but it also could be, again, your energy vampires, the people that you're surrounding yourself with. We have the King of Cups in reverse, and we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So these could be people who are emotionally draining, emotionally manipulating you. They could be domineering you. They could be gaslighting you. So, and they don't necessarily have to be water signs, but they could be water signs, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But it could just be that there's the energy, it's the emotional energy, and they could be controlling you. They're both cups, so that's an emotional situation. So if these two people are gaslighting you, and with this Justice card in reverse, it could be that they're making you think like you're the problem, right? You're the one who's at fault. You're the one who's to blame, and this is why you're feeling stuck, and that's your own fault, right? It could be that's what they're telling you. For others of you, it could be that you might be stuck because you're playing the victim. You're the one telling yourself these things, right? You're telling yourself that you're the one that is you're just no good. You're just an all-around bad person, which you're not, right? You know you're not. But it could be that you feel stuck, and you feel like, why am I in this situation? What's wrong? It must be me. Oops, sorry with the mic. It must be me. It must be something that I'm doing. With this Justice card in reverse, you're not being fair to yourself. you're not being fair to yourself, or these people could possibly not be being fair with you. It could be that you are one of these people. You are either the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups, and you're blaming yourself for your emotional situation, for your shortcomings. With the Six of Wands in reverse, you're definitely not getting this recognition that you need, that you deserve. And again, it could be by other people, but it could also be yourself. So you really need to think of where this recognition is coming from, this lack of recognition is coming from. But you definitely have an opportunity to get rid of these energies. With this Ace of Cups, again, this is an emotional energy that's got you down, and it could be that this is the opportunity for you to really take stock of what's causing this. Because again, it could be you're playing the victim. It could be that you are blaming others and really you are to blame, or it could be that others are blaming you and you're really not to blame. But this week is time to take real good stock as to where the responsibility belongs, so that you can really get out of this situation and close this chapter, put this world card upright and begin a new cycle, right? Because this is the world card is supposed to be the end of the journey, but you aren't moving on, and you're not moving on because you're feeling like you're either feeling this inherently on your own, or you're feeling like others are telling you this, that you're not worthy of moving on, that you're not more worthy of getting ahead, right? With this Six of Knives, that's what we see, right? This reaching for this recognition, and it's like you're working hard. This figure has the three knives already in her satchel, like in her little bag, right? So you're reaching for the rest. So it's not like you're not putting in your work. So where is it that the energy is stuck? Where is it that something isn't moving forward? And that's what you need to look at, because a lot of times it could be the people that you surround yourself with. Just like the tourmaline quartz said, it could be these energy vampires are sucking the energy off of you. It could be that you're worrying too much about the emotional stress or situations of others, and you're not being fair to yourself and acknowledging what you need to acknowledge within you. And this Six of Wands in reverse is definitely telling me that you aren't getting what you need, right? So it could be that you need to either recognize yourself, or you need to take care of yourself and put yourself first. But you definitely need to make sure that you address that situation. And this week, so keep an eye out this week, because this opportunity, right, this emotional opportunity, it could be that this week someone is going to show you their true colors, right? You're going to catch that, or you're going to be more aware of who's gaslighting you, or who's taking advantage of you, who is putting you down, and you have to have a keen eye to do that, right? Because it could be they've been doing this your whole life and you don't realize it, because you've already gotten into this cycle where you're already blaming yourself. But this week, keep an eye out, because somebody is going to show you their true colors. So you could be one of these cards, right? You can be the Queen or the King, or these could be two people or two energies that are around you. But again, they're bringing you down emotionally, and this week they're going to show you who they are and what they're doing, and you're going to have the opportunity to see it, so that you can move forward from that. And if you have to separate yourself from this situation or from these people, all the better for you, because you're the one that belongs at number one. You're numero uno. So if it's not beneficial for you, it's best to let it go and move on. Or if this is a relationship that you aren't willing, or you can't separate yourself from, then you may have to address it and say, hey, like, I am who I am. Who the heck are you for you to think that you can put me down, or for you to think that you can talk to me that way? But you definitely have to address that this week, because the opportunity is going to come up for you to say something, or for you to see where the blame is, because you're not being fair to yourself. This Justice card is in reverse. If we're upright, then it's like the blame is where it belongs. If it's in reverse, so the blame is not where it belongs. So somebody is blaming you, and that's why you're feeling stuck. That's why you're feeling down, and they're not doing it justly. So if it's you, stop blaming yourself. If it's someone else, you need to address it. Either way, you need to address where the blame belongs. Or guess what? Don't even blame. Just do what's right and move on, and tell yourself that, you know, you're working hard. You're working to get where you need to go, and you need to get ahead. But don't let this energy cramp your style. Okay, group 2. Let's see what flow, happiness, release, and delight. So exactly, the energy is stuck. You need to seize this opportunity of the Ace of Cups so that you can release this energy. We have flow and release. When energy is stuck, guess what? It's not moving, so it's not flowing. In order to let the energy flow, you need to release it. And that's the same thing with this World card, right? You're stuck, you're unable to move on, right? And therefore you are in the same place, and you're not, and it's not flowing. The energy is not flowing, and the cycle isn't beginning again. So what is at the other end of you releasing this and letting things flow? Happiness and delight. Delightful, right? So you have nothing to lose for standing up for yourself and making sure that you're being fair to yourself, making sure that you're aware of who is harming you, whether it's you or whether it's somebody else. You have nothing to lose, because at the end of the day, you're going to be fair to yourself. You're going to get out of this stagnant situation, right? And you're going to be able to begin a new cycle, a new chapter, right? And you're going to get happiness and delight. Who doesn't want happiness and delight? Please leave me a comment in the comment section if you don't want happiness and delight. So you have nothing to lose by standing up for yourself, and making sure that you're not being put down, that you're not being blamed, that you're not being gaslit, that you're not being made the villain when really you're the victim, right? But you also don't need to play the victim. You just need to acknowledge what role you're playing here, and you need to empower yourself and get things flowing, separate yourself from these situations, because you still have a job to do. You have to clean yourself. You have to, take a spiritual bath, remove yourself from these psychic vampires. Don't play the victim. That's also one of the layers that the tourmaline cord said not to do, right? So shed a light on your vices, victims, and vampires, and remove yourself from them. Cleanse them, address them. Maybe these people don't know that they're emotionally manipulating you. They probably do. Most people know when they're emotionally manipulating somebody. They're doing it on purpose. But maybe they don't know how they're making you feel. It could be they're giving you underhanded compliments, right? Because again, this Six of Wands is saying you're not getting the recognition that you deserve. So it could be that they're not realizing your achievements. They're not realizing how hard you work. So maybe you just need to bring that to their awareness. Like you say, I don't do any work. let me show you all the work that I do. So let's see what the cosmic cards say. So patience and Mother Earth. So you need to return to the natural state. What's the natural state of Mother Earth? It's a circle. It's a cycle, right? What is the cycle of the major arcana? The World card is the last card in the cycle. The next one, it begins all over again with the Fool. This flow, this release, right? You have to be able to take that next step and move forward, so that the flow of energy is continually, flowing. And Mother Earth is just, this is the natural state. You have to make sure that you're able to grow and begin again, begin a new cycle. And you have to have patience. So with this patience card, again, It could be that you're also blaming yourself. You're also blaming yourself for not being, you could be believing the narrative these people are spinning about you, right? So you're impatient with yourself. You're thinking, oh, I'm a loser. Oh, I'm not. So you have to have patience with yourself, because you are moving forward. You are working hard. You are achieving things, but you need to make sure that the people you surround yourself with aren't telling you otherwise. And you need to make sure that you're not telling yourself otherwise. All right, group 2, that's your reading. Let me know in the comment section if it resonates with you. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, please. I'm trying to grow my channel, and share me with all of your friends. Share my channel with all your friends. This is CouraJess. Peace. All right, group 3, you chose the Moonstone. This is for all you earth goddesses out there and the people you keep around who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuition. When to use it under a new moon, use it to set intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. Under a full moon, which is tomorrow, Moonstone belongs in the bedroom or wherever you get down. We have for you this week, 3, we have the 8 of Coins in reverse, the Page of Coins, the 3 of Swords in reverse, the Star, the Page of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Knives. All right, group 3. So we have this 8 of Coins in reverse. So you are working hard, but you're not feeling like you're reaping the rewards for this hard work. It feels like maybe you feel like you're being taken advantage of. It feels like you're not seeing the fruits of thy labor. It could be that you're feeling like, oh, I'm working so hard, I feel like I'm broke. It could be that you think that you're being taken advantage of, especially with this 7 of Knives. You feel like there might be some dishonesty in some financial dealings. It might be that you feel like you're being scammed, right? Especially with the 3 of Cups in reverse. It could be that you're a little paranoid, right? And you're feeling like, okay, maybe it could be you don't trust yourself, right? It could be you don't trust yourself with money. It could be that you feel like someone is keeping some money from you, right? Especially if you think that you're working so hard and you're putting in all this effort and you're not seeing any as much profit as you think you should have. This is definitely a financial matter. We have a whole bunch of Pentacles here. We have the 8 of Coins in reverse. We have the Page of Coins twice, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So it definitely feels like there's some kind of, you feel like there's some kind of shady under dealings, or that something's going on with your finances. It could be that you feel like somebody is scamming, or you feel like some shady business is going on. So maybe you feel like you made an investment and you didn't see the reward, but you thought that there should have been, or somebody's coming to you with a proposal for money, and you're like, I don't trust it. But this week, like I said, we have a lot of Pentacles here, and we have the Page of Pentacles twice. So this week you're gonna come into some kind of money, right? This is some financial news that is coming here. So it could be either you're joining a new business venture and it's gonna go well, or it could be that you're excited about starting a business. But with this 7 of Pentacles, there's definitely some money coming to you from somewhere. So it could be maybe you're getting a raise. It could be maybe that this hard work that you've put in, right, is finally going to start paying off. So as you know, with businesses, it takes a lot of work in the beginning, and you're not necessarily going to see a profit right away. But this week, it's definitely going to start paying off. So you're going to start reaping some of those rewards. And we have the Star card here. So it's telling you to have hope, have some faith, right? Because the abundance is coming. So this 3 of Swords in reverse, it's in reverse. So it's not actually happening. So it's something that is in your head. Maybe you're holding on to that. And this could be that you have lost money before, right? Who hasn't lost money? So it could be that you're a little hesitant to risk this investment or to risk your money because you've been burned before, right? But and that's what the seven of knives could be, that you're kind of being a little stingy. You're holding on to your money, like let me hold on to every little dollar that I have because I don't want to lose it like I have in the past, right? But this week you're definitely going to be coming into some money, or at least the financial benefits of the work that you've been putting in with this Eight of Swords. With this Page of Pentacles here twice, this is definitely something that is and it's going to be exciting. So it could be, again, it could be that you're going to get some kind of reward. Maybe you'll win the lottery. Maybe it'll be that you finally get that raise, or this is finally the week where your business starts yielding a profit, right? So it's definitely something exciting coming with money, and you need to let go of this paranoia and possibly hoarding your resources, right? Sometimes you need to spend money to get money, and it could be that you've been putting all of your money into a business that hasn't been seeing a profit yet, and this is the week that it's going to start turning a profit. So definitely these cards are definitely telling me that abundance is on this way. It's on the way this week, Group 3. So breathe through that, and you can cash at me some cash if you if you, when it comes. I'm kidding, but yeah, you're definitely going to come into some money. The seven of Pentacles is definitely some money that's coming into you, and just be, just have faith, and don't let. It's easy, especially if you're not used to having money, or if you have very little money, it's hard to invest. Like, right? How are these rich people rich? Because they have money to invest. So you can't get into the investing game if you barely have money for the bare necessities. So it's easy to stay in that mindset. Like, I got a little bit of money now, let me hold on to it. Let me not be foolish, because it could be that I could lose it, right? And that's that's this hoarding mentality. But it could be that you'll risk something, but you're gonna reap the reward. And sometimes that's just a mental state that you need to get out of, and stop thinking like, okay, I'm always going to be, I need to cling to this so that I make sure I'm not going back into poverty. Just have faith that abundance is coming. And again, this is something that's going to be really exciting. We have the Page of Pentacles here twice. So this is something that you've been working on, and something that, so it could be one of your projects, right? That is finally launching off the ground. But definitely get out of that mentality of lack. Right? You need to analyze your relationship with money and see, okay, am I hoarding money? Am I like clinging to it desperately? Because that's a negative energy in and of itself. You're clinging to money desperately. The universe does not like desperation. It's just like, oh, I have money, I'm comfortable, I'm saving it, right? I'm saving it wisely. But if I'm hoarding it, like every little dollar, like no, mine. Like if you're a Scrooge, right? You're gonna get a visit from the ghost of Christmas past, and they're gonna tell you like, stop being a Scrooge and share the wealth, right? Because you give and you receive back. You give and you receive back. That's the flow of the universe. But if you're hoarding desperately and you're like, no, I don't have any money, that lack mentality is going to manifest itself in the rest of your life as well. So manifest through this energy of abundance, through this abundant mindset, and you'll see that the money is going to keep flowing. We have stillness, action, power, and freedom. Yes. Stillness, action, power, freedom. It's funny how stillness and action are right next to each other, because often we think they're the opposite of each other. But no, you need to still your mind, right? Especially with this Three of Swords and this Seven of Knives. You need to still these negative thoughts and these negative energies that might be, working through your actions, right? It could be that this this lack mentality has been motivating your money moves. And it could be that you think you've been working really hard, but really because you have that lack mentality, you haven't really been making the moves that you need to make in order to bring about this profit, in order to bring about this abundance, because you're still mentally thinking all of these thoughts and your mind is in a frenzy, right? It's like, oh, what if I lose everything? What if I'm broke again? What if I go back to living on the streets? Or what if I'm homeless? All of these things are buzzing through your mind, and they're showing themselves in your actions. So you need to still those thoughts. You need to quiet that. Be like, shh, I'm working now. I'm working. And then take the positive actions that you need to take, right? And empower yourself through these actions. These actions, this work that I'm doing is exciting to me. It's enjoyable to me. I am manifesting through my creation. I am manifesting through my effort, and that in itself has power. Your thoughts have power. So you need to take this energy of hope and abundance and manifestation that the star card offers, and use that power and combine it with your actions so that you can attain this freedom, this financial freedom. This could be, this business is your financial freedom. It could be a side hustle that becomes a full-time job because you have taken the positive actions. It could be that you have a side hustle that you haven't been able to, and it's lucrative. You haven't been able to invest in it fully because you don't want to quit your full-time job, because that's what pays the bills and you're scared, right? And that could be something that isn't as lucrative, and it doesn't pay well, and it doesn't excite you. There's no enthusiasm there, but you're scared to take that step, and it's risky. But it's like, at the end of the day, sometimes it's the necessary step. Sometimes this is, that full-time job and that lack mentality are what's keeping you from fully investing. Like, if you're tired from working 40 hours a week, how are you going to put an extra 40 or 20 or 30 into your side hustle, right? And if you quit that job, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm telling you to analyze the situation, right? It's like, don't tell me if you quit your job. If you take that action and invest where you need to invest wisely, invest your time, invest your energy, invest your money, this is something that could prove lucrative, and it's already exciting you because of these Page of Pentacles. That's an excitement. That's something that you want to do. So you need to take the actions that can contribute to your financial freedom, to your personal freedom. And you definitely need to quiet these thoughts of no, I lack. Trust me, I know. I've been dealing with lack mentality for years, and I'm trying to get over it. And my husband calls me like super stingy. I used to be super stingy because it's just like I grew up without having, right? Like, I spent my adult life without having enough, and I don't want to go back to that. But it's like, at the same time, that kept me from making moves that were beneficial for me, not necessarily just financially, but beneficial for me spiritually, beneficial for me physically, beneficial for me mentally, because it's just like, oh, I don't want to spend that because, I don't want to go back to have. But even though there was enough for that, and there was still been enough to save, I kept myself from investing in certain things. I kept myself at jobs where it wasn't beneficial for me at all, and I was putting in way more work. I was underappreciated, I was underpaid, but it was enough to pay the bills, right? But I wasn't pursuing what I really wanted to do, and this could be your situation. And you need to take positive action, and you need to get rid of that lack mentality and come into a mentality of manifestation, of abundance, of prosperity. And that's what the star card is telling you to do, group 3. So let's see what the cosmic reading cards say for you. Shadow self and self-worth. So here we have self 2 times, your shadow self and your self-worth. And the self-worth and this 8 of coins, your self-worth is not being, it's not balancing out, right, with what you're putting into this work. What are you worth, right? Are you underselling yourself because of this lack mentality? You're worth more than something that's not giving you the same reward, right? That's not paying you for your worth. You need to balance that out. And there's definitely an aspect of yourself that you need to come to terms with. And again, that's that darker energy. And of course, we all have it, right? Your shadow self is not necessarily a bad aspect of you, but you need to come to terms with that side of you so that you can still your thoughts and see, how can I engage with my shadow self in a positive way? Because right now it's not in a positive way because of that lack mentality. Right now it's negative. You need to heal those aspects of you that are holding you back from financial freedom and from financial success. So you definitely need to balance these energies and, enjoy the prosperity that comes from that, group 3. So that's your reading for this week. I hope it resonated with you. Please leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and come back for more readings. This is CouraJess. Peace. All right, group 4. You chose the diamond. This is for who doesn't need the diamond, right? It's for everybody. When to use it. When you've just got to keep it icy. When you want to make your intentions perfectly clear. It's time to beam your own unique light through the darkness for all to see. Own it with diamond. Shine your brightest. We have for you this week the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the Hermit in reverse, Death, the 10 of Knives in reverse, the 3 of Knives in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. All right, group 3. So right off the bat, I'm seeing that there is a little bit of competition going on. But I think that the competition is a healthy competition. Only because I feel like, not necessarily competition, maybe some conflict, but I feel like this conflict is going to kind of bring you out of your shell. This is a conflict that's going to move you forward. And it could be a familial conflict. We have this 10 of Cups, which is a card of happiness and family. So it could be that your conflict is a familial conflict, and it's gonna be resolved, because it could be that you're sweeping all these things under the rug, right? And when you sweep things under the rug, nothing really gets resolved. So it could be that this conflict is something that's going to come to light this week, and you're finally going to get to resolve it. And it's something that you could have been holding yourself back with this 10 of Swords and these 3 of Knives in reverse. It could be something that's been causing you to like, that you've been holding this grudge for a while. You haven't been able to let go of it, right? With this 10 of Swords in reverse, this is something that's been heavy on your mind. It's been heavy on your mind. It could have been somebody lied to you. It could have been that you had this inability to trust this person. You've had, somebody in your family. It could have been this old grudge, this resentment that you have. And it caused you to retreat yourself, right? Retreat into yourself. With this Hermit card in reverse, that's going to change this week. You're definitely going to address it, and it's going to be something that's going to end this negative conflict that's been holding you back from rejoicing in your family. So it could be that one of your family members and you just had this tight relationship, right? It's just like, there's just tension. It's something that, may have happened recently. It could have happened a long time ago, but you've been holding on to that. And because of that, you've been kind of avoiding family gatherings, because I don't want to see this person. I don't want to interact with this person. They betrayed me. They lied to me. They emotionally manipulated me. I can't let that go. Right? But it could be that you're finally going to hash it out this week, and you're going to make peace with that person, because with this, with this Death card, this is the death of that that tension. It's going to be that death of that conflict. Once you air it out, once you let it go, right, that's the first step in healing, right? And you're going to mend that relationship, and it's going to transform it into something positive and something more beautiful, where you will be happy together, right? So you're going to be mending this relationship, and all of your family members are going to be happy, right? Because it's not going to be that tension, right? Especially if there's a conflict within family, people have to feel like they have to choose sides. People feel like, oh, if we invite this person, we can't invite the other person, or we can invite them both, but they're not going to come. Or if they do come, are they going to argue, right? It's something that affects more than one person. So this conflict is definitely going to come to a resolution. Look what we have, right? We have the Three of Cups. This is happy. This is a celebration. It's a celebration. And you're going to rejoice once again. So, and we have the Three of Cups here, celebrating this rejoice. So it could be that, again, and the Three of Knives. So it could have been that this is definitely causing some tension. Could be that it's just between three of you in your family, but it's definitely affecting the whole family, and everyone is going to rejoice from this. Everyone's going to be happy that this conflict is resolved. So, and it's going to bring you back into your family gatherings. It's going to bring you back out of yourself, out of your shell, out of your cave, out of your fortress, right? Your fortress of solitude. You're going to come out. And it could be that you needed that retreat. Sometimes you need that retreat. Sometimes you needed that time to think about it on your own, to analyze the situation and see how can you heal from this? How can you move on from this? So that's definitely going to happen this week. So you're definitely going to be healing some old wounds, and you're going to be able to let that go, because it's been weighing heavily on your mind. And with family, it's hard because, we didn't choose our family. We were just brought into this world with them, and it can really affect you, especially if this is like a childhood wound, right? That affects you, and that'll follow you for the rest of your life. So this is definitely something that you're going to be healing this week, and it's going to bring your family back together. We have protection, security, flexibility, and simplicity. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely, it could be a parental relationship. So I say that because who is supposed to offer us security? Who's supposed to protect us? It could be, our parents are the ones who protect us and are supposed to offer the security. So it could be something that is from your childhood, right? And it could be your mother or your father or whoever raised you, that you felt like they weren't there for you, that you felt that they didn't accept you for who you are. They didn't offer you that support that they were supposed to offer you. And we know that that's traumatizing, right? Especially if it happens during one of these psychodevelopmental phases that are so crucial to children. And that impacts your sense of security and your sense of trust for the rest of your life. And this is definitely something that you want to heal. Like, even if you're grown now and you don't need their protection and security, the fact is that now you know that it's there, and that can help heal that wound, right? It's like, you were never there for me when I needed you. And that's something that you can hold on to. You can resent that for the rest of your life, but this is what they should have been offering you the whole time. Or it could be that this is you, and this is what you were supposed to offer your child, protection, and they feel, that that you didn't provide that. But it's definitely something that is going to be resolved this week. Or at least it's going to begin to be resolved. This conflict is coming to a head this week. And it could be, with this flexibility and this simplicity, what's simpler than getting flexibility? Because when you can bend, you don't break. So it does simplify your life when you are flexible. It could be that you've have to come to terms with the fact that, okay, maybe they couldn't have been what you needed them to be back then. It's so easy to blame our parents, or for kids to blame their parents, but it's like, we forget that our parents weren't exactly not necessarily, they weren't necessarily taught, here, you have a kid, here's a handbook of everything you need to do. And yeah, it's so easy to assume that parenting is instinctual and that it's, it's natural, especially when it comes to mothers, right? Oh, that's you were born to be a mother. No, like no one, if they didn't get taught to love, or they didn't get taught to nurture, how can they pass that on, right? So that's something that's learned behavior, and sometimes they just weren't armed with the tools to do that. Maybe they weren't in the position to offer you protection and security because they weren't in that position financially, or they had to work 3 jobs and they hardly saw you, right? So it could be that you're considering the situation, especially once you've been retreated, you've retreated from them in your hermitage. You've been thinking and analyzing, because it's easy to blame someone as a teenager, as a kid, right? But it's like now in adulthood, you start seeing things differently. You're out there being an adult, and adulting is hard. So imagine adulting with children, right? So you're becoming more flexible in your thinking and more understanding. And that's definitely a step to heal that relationship, because it's not, oh, you didn't do this, so I hate you forever. It's like, you didn't do this, why couldn't you do this? What's my understanding of the situation? Because it's easy to exaggerate a conflict that happened years ago, or just be angry for years and not really analyze the situation. And like, now that I think about it, I didn't think about all of the circumstances surrounding that situation. So this is definitely something that is going to come to a head this week, group 4, and you're definitely going to resolve that, and you're definitely going to have a more flexible state of mind to consider all of the factors that went into this family member doing what they did, because everything is not black and white. There's so many shades of gray, so many shades of yellow, so many shades of everything, and that's something that you need to consider. And because of this flexibility of thinking, this is going to transform your relationship with this person for the better. Let's see what the cosmic cards say. We have intuition and belief. So with this intuition and this belief, again, this is something that is coming from within, because you already withdrew yourself. You've had time to think, because you've had this solo time to consider. And it's like, what do you believe? Right? Now that you have all the facts, what do you believe? And you're gonna have this intuitive clarity once you bring this conflict to life, once you have this conversation with your loved ones, and you're going to see, like, okay, maybe I didn't consider that. Maybe, or maybe they're apologizing and you sincerely believe them. It's like, okay, this is a sincere apology. I believe them. What is your gut telling you in terms of the situation? But it's definitely something that's going to end positively, and it's going to bring a new chapter and a new happy chapter in your family ties. All right, group 4. So that's your reading for this week. I hope it resonates with you. Leave me a comment if it does. Be sure to hit that like button. Please subscribe and share this with all of your friends, and come back for more readings. Peace.